Relationship advice. I, 20F, found my boyfriend, 19M, wearing my clothes. I caught my boyfriend wearing my clothes and I don't know what to do. Some context. Me and my boyfriend have been dating for 3 years, he's the love of my life and I wouldn't want to spend my time with anyone else. I met my boyfriend when we were both in high school, it was both our first relationships so we were quite nervous about dating, we both left the same year, I was 18 and graduating and him 17 and dropping out. I encouraged him to stay but he decided against it and started working construction for his father as fast as he could. He's always been quite masculine, buzz cut, mustache and refusal to do anything feminine. At first I thought he was putting on a fact, but after meeting his hardcore English dad I realized he was being honest. Over the years I've tried to show him that gender roles really don't matter that much and it has succeeded to some degree, but he was still quite stereotypically masculine. I work at a bakery and some of our staff quit so I've been working a lot recently. At first it did cause some fights but that was mainly because we worked opposite shifts so for almost a month we rarely saw each other but we realized that nothing could be done so we compromised by FaceTiming and calling each other anytime we could. On Friday I was working and it was his day off. Halfway into my shift my boss offered to take over so I could get some rest. Usually I would decline but I was so exhausted I decided to take her up on the offer and just go home. When I was driving home I tried to call him 3 times but he didn't answer. This worried me a little but I just decided to ignore it. Usually when I get home I'll call on him and he runs up and kisses me. It's a silly tradition but we like it, but I wanted to surprise him so I kept quiet. I crept around our apartment looking for him and I realized he was in our room. I slowly walked over to our room and when I opened it I saw him standing in front of our mirror wearing one of my sundresses. I was surprised at first and a little confused. He had never shown an interest in females' clothing until now so I was just shocked. After a couple seconds he turned round and saw me and his face could only be described as sheer terror. I thought he'd overreact and try and explain himself but I saw his breathing quicken and he started crying. I quickly ran over to him but he backed away and just slid against the wall onto the floor. In the 4 years I've knew him he had never cried before. I was at his mother's funeral with him and not once did he cry. As he was on the floor I tried comforting him but he stopped me every time and after a couple minutes I left the room to give him some space. Almost an hour later he came out the room now wearing his own clothes. He had a suitcase with him. I quickly asked why but he just said he was leaving. I asked and begged him to stay and talk but he just left. After he left I tried calling and texting him but the phone went straight to voicemail which either means it's out of charge or he's blocked me. I called his father but he just got annoyed and said that my boyfriend is a grown man and to give him space. It's been 2 days and I've still not heard from him. I thinks he's staying with his father and for the record I wouldn't mind if he wore feminine clothes. Should I go to his father's house and confront him? TLDR I caught my boyfriend wearing my dress and now he left and won't speak to me. Edit. By a confront, I don't mean drive over and yell at him, I just mean go to his father's house and ask to speak to him. Poor choice of words on my front.
If you liked this video, make sure you hit the like button and comment down below your thoughts. Also don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell for more videos like this.